Be ready, start. Babies and jobs. Lesson for India from China's population decline is to get many more of its working age groups into work. China in 2022 recorded a decline in population by 8.5 lakh, the first annual decline in 6 decades. But the last population decline came from famine. This one is a result of both a harsh and short-sighted population control policy and demographic transition from an agrarian society to an industrial one. Global generous physical incentives are unable to reverse a population decline once it is set in. UN forecast India will be the most populous nation in the world in 2023. It is important that India learns the right lessons from an unprecedented global demographic trend. Total fertility rate TFR the world over is crashing. The UN forecast the current global population of about 8 billion will rise to 9.7 billion by 2050. However, 66% of the increase will come because of momentum arising out of past growth. Therefore, the big challenge ahead is to avoid a situation where a country grows old before it gets rich. China already faces this problem and it is unlikely to catch up with the US in per capita income terms. To illustrate, UN estimate by 2030 China's population in the 19 to 60 age bracket at a little over 800 million will be about 10% lower than India. Demographic transition has two important phases. At the first stage, fertility rates fall. This in turn leads to the working age population growing faster than the overall population. It represents a potential demographic dividend when there is an opportunity for a big spurt in growth and investment. It is, however, not preordained. It requires the right mix of policy to make the most of this limited demographic window. Where does India stand? India's TFR fell to a mere 2 in 2019 to 21 period, which is below the replacement rate. At present, World Bank data shows that India's working age population is 68% versus a global average of 65%. Even in the age group up to 14 years, India's share at 26% is a shade above the world average. But the problem is that not enough Indians are working, particularly women. Just 46% of India's potential labor force is in the job market. Indonesia and Vietnam, in contrast, have 68% and 74% respectively in the job market. Government of India must take this trend with utmost seriousness. India's future depends on reversing it. There is a real danger of frittering away the demographic dividend. Take down the rule allowing PIB government departments to take down news deemed fake will stifle journalism. Government of India should withdraw parts of the draft information technology rules that requires social media companies to take down news article if the press information bureau identifies them as fake news. The regulations also allow Government of India and its departments to authorize any other agency to perform this fact-checking task on content involving government business. In essence, the regulation gives government as an editors guild of India statement noted a carte blanche to determine what is fake or not with respect to its own work. Of course, social media is awash with fake news, but credible news media is not, and news media newspapers especially employ several filters for checking veracity. Regulation of the press, which functions as a watchdog for citizens, is best done by an independent body. Rarely does one hear that news from a credible organization is fake. Another reason not to involve government is that news often comes from government sources who prefer anonymity for obvious reasons. Such stories become particularly vulnerable. The long practiced norm is for governments to reject or deny adverse stories, but the authority to term a story fake or false and get it taken down puts government's powers in a wholly different league, especially if it won't offer any documentary evidence as to why a story is fake. Such newly acquired powers have the potential to stifle journalism, especially if Government of India departments use this to take down critical stories. Among best practices of the Indian press is the publishing of corrections or apologies or voluntary takedown of articles when the sourcing or the facts are dubious and mistakes have been made. When such journalistic traditions are still being practiced, arming a battery of government servants with extraordinary takedown powers is completely unnecessary.